guys. I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share something with you guys that I am so excited for. I'm going to put the link in the bio, and not in the bio, in the description for this particular surprise that I'm so happy about. I'm gonna let y'all watch the intro, then we'll get into it.
Patient love is kind, yeah.
When you think about the word consideration, what does it mean?
No matter how still encouraged that this is the kind
How you use your word on the board, and somebody stepped in and filled the gap. Stand out because of what she gave to you.
This is the kind.
Kindness, again, is considering in advance. And
Yeah,
then
she didn't curl up and say,
patience, love is kind. Hold on.
Patience, love is kind.
We're going to color in the blurred lines of bullying.
Patience, love is kind. Patient love is kind, yeah. Despite the evil ways, the things that people say, no matter, I'm still encouraged that this is the kindness. Yeah. This is the kindness. Oh, this is the kindness. Yeah. Oh. People have the shares of ups and downs, my friend.
Patience, love is kind. And your part is?
Patience, love is kind.
Oh, we got some runners in here. Patience, love is kind. I hear you. Ray T trying to do a battle. Jennifer Hudson is here. Somebody gonna promo. I'm getting along. So, periodically, when we hear nice things about kindness, so on and so forth, y'all gonna say what? I'm gonna say, patience, love is kind.
Patience, love is kind.
Sweet. So very.
So, you guys know my Uncle Richie. Y'all know him. I call him my Uncle Dad. That's something I've been calling him for years. And he came out with a coloring book for young girls. Guess what it's called? My Uncle Dad. That's what it's called. So this is the book. I purchased one myself because I wanted to be a support. And then on top of that, the book is basically, when you go through it, it's about our relationship and the hurdles and stuff that basically he helped me through. So it's very nice. This is the back of the book. My face is on it. These are going to sell quickly. I suggest that you go ahead and, get it as quick as you can. But I'm going to show you this next clip that I'm going to show you is pretty much about me and him talking together about this book and different experiences that we went through together. Just thinking, like, since I was born, just thinking about it, like, me and my uncle has always had a bond, you know what I'm saying, where I used to just cling to him. I know one thing in particular, just thinking back, where he was graduating from high school, and I don't know why I felt like him graduating meant he was going to leave me. And so literally I like clung to him, like I didn't want nobody but him on his graduation day. I wish I could. I know my grandmother probably got the picture, but it was a picture of him trying to take a picture, and I'm literally just holding on to him because it's like, I'm happy you graduate, good, but like, don't leave me. Thinking like all the times, he would come when I was younger and pick me up from school. He'd take me to McDonald's. Anybody who knew me know when I was younger, when I went to McDonald's, I only wanted the toy, but he didn't care. He would take me here, take me to go get McDonald's. Like, we bonded over so many things. He's the reason I love cars, like, because Fast and Furious was like our thing. Movies in general was our thing. And it's just like, when I think about everything in life, going to him for advice about guys, different things like that is just very, very, it gets me emotional. Like the fact that when it came to him making a coloring book, that I was the one that came to mind. He practically raised me pretty much from a father's point of view. I'm saying anytime he had a phone, I had a phone. um, that's why I'm so tech savvy now. I mean, my first laptop, he got it for me. He coached me through, what to do about getting a car. He was like there through the whole process. And get my oil change, he was there through that process. Anytime I had a job interview, he was always coaching me, especially like where I am now. We working for the same company, and literally he coached me through that. Like I really believe like my last coaching with him is mostly probably the reason why I got this job today. But like he has always been a special pillar in my life, especially from a man's point of view. I'm not gonna lie. I hold men to a standard because he set that standard for me. He's a gentleman. He's caring. You know what I'm saying? He's always going to do what he needs to do for the people he loves, especially the women in his life. You're going to be taken care of. You're going to know you're taken care of because he's going to make sure that things are in place and everything like that. So like just even talking about it now, I'm trying not to cry. But literally, him taking the time to really like, do this. And I know a lot of work went into this, and the stories behind it, that's definitely, I read through it and I was reading some of the stories and I'm like, yep. Yeah, so it's very honoring. Like I'm honored that, the coloring book he decided to make for young girls, me and his relationship was the inspiration for it. And he also has other coloring books too, because he is a father of 2 sons, and he has a coloring book for that. And he also has another coloring book as well. The link for all those coloring books will be in the description below. Definitely, if you have a young girl, young boy, if you have a family, you have a growing family, a blended family, however, do what you need to do to get these coloring books. Make sure that someone has this, because it is very important that in a world where you see a lot of strife between families, there's still an example of families actually that's, still working through their problems, still, working through it. And this is a very, very good example because he's my uncle, but he was the best father figure a girl could ask for, because he made sure that I knew how I was supposed to be treated. He made sure that I knew my worth, and that's important that a girl knows that, because if you grow up without that, sometimes that can bother you and it can mess with the decisions that you make. But having that pillar in your life that's telling you your worth and letting you know, like, nah, this is what you deserve. This is what you should have. Hey, I messed up today because of that. And I don't take anything less but what I know I deserve. And that's because my uncle taught me from a man's point of view, this is what you should have. One thing he always say, what a man have in his heart, and I may be saying this wrong, but if he have it in his heart for you, he'll have it in his hand. I could be saying that wrong. If I am, he can definitely comment below or however and, quote it. But I understood what he was saying. And if I'm dating somebody or anything like that, I hold them to that standard. If it's in your heart, it needs to be in your hand, So it's so much I can talk for hours on lessons that he taught me. One of the biggest lessons that he's taught me is don't ever quit. Because, no matter what life swings your way, don't ever quit. A lot of stuff that, he promoted, kindness is cool, which is his brand, definitely is something that he's resilient in, because if you ever read his book, and it will teach you that, like, growing up, just don't ever quit. Being bullied, no matter what happens to you in life, don't ever quit. And don't ever change. Don't ever change who you are. If you're kind, be kind. And that's something that he he taught me so much. I feel like I'm rambling, but he's taught me so much, and it's like having this and seeing just the book don't even this coloring book doesn't even hold as much information as he literally has taught me, you know what I'm saying, throughout my life from a man's point of view and different things like that. It just he could have did 3 to 4 books on, and that still wouldn't even be enough for the lessons that he's taught me. So get you a copy. My face is on the cover. That's me. That's little me right here. So you know it's gonna sell out quick because you know that's little me. So get you a copy. And I'm gonna put the description for the other ones in there too. Get you a copy of this. We did a live on Facebook. That's what I'm about to show you next. So definitely enjoy that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live in person. I am here with my niece on tonight, and I'm excited. Hi to everybody. Hi to everybody on tonight. Amen. We are here just to have a quick, brief conversation and to make an announcement. I want to make an announcement on tonight. So a lot is going on with the world, but one of the things that's always important is to be there for the people that you love. So we're just going to take a few moments, and I just want to talk about our relationship, and Shay's going to give y'all some insight on our relationship, and specifically this thing of, because I looked back on, I was looking at one of my memories, and I saw a post from Father's Day that said something about an uncle dad, and it's really a phrase I would never give myself, never call myself an uncle dad. I'm your daddy. I's your daddy. I's your daddy. But the uncle dad makes sense, you know, with my sister and all that kind of stuff. It makes sense. It's more, it's a healthier term or whatnot. So walk me through, Shay. What is an uncle? What is an uncle dad? What is that? What does that mean?
So, like, I guess to give you a short version of it, it's pretty much a father figure that stepped up. And, you know, it could be, you can have an uncle dad, you can have a brother dad. Like, you know, that father figure that stepped up to, you know, not only just be a good example to you and for you, but also to showing you, let you know that you have worth and value, and let you know how your value, what you're supposed to be valuing, as well as far as being not only just a woman, but, you know, as a girl. So that's, to me, what an uncle dad is. Like I said, it could be an uncle brother or, you know, however, but someone who literally just made a great example in your life of what, you know, you should be getting, especially in a man. You know, in these days and ages, it's not out there like that, but to have that example, it's like, okay, like this, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to have. So
That's good. That's a clear definition. So a person that stepped up and made themselves available, and then it was a person that they had behavior, role model behavior that you could follow.
yeah.
Now, so give me one of your first experiences from your perspective, because this is your outlook. What are some of the characteristics that you saw that said, okay, it probably maybe came later, you know, in life, 13, 14, 15, who knows. But what is your first thought process or memory of, you know what, I have an uncle dad? Like, well, not necessarily that you had the wording for it, but you understood somebody was stepping up. When did you realize that?
I would have to say, like, I realized it, I would say probably around being 13. I realized it because looking into the history of it, you do want to make sure that with having a man, period, that he can protect you, that he can provide for you, and that also too that he can cover you. And those are the things that you did for me. You protected me, you provided for me, then you covered me as well. So that's, if I could say key points, those are key points to me as far as for what a father figure or a father is supposed to, and especially not only that, but having that in a relationship, you know, with your husband, boyfriend, or however.
I love it. So we want to acknowledge some people that's on the live real quick. Hold on. I see some people on here. My beloved bride, I love you dearly.
Hi, Minnie.
My mother, Elder Joan Arbor, I love you, Mama.
Hi,
Yes.
Minnie.
And there's some other people. If you're on the live with us tonight, Let us know that you're with us on tonight. Go ahead and just chime in real quick in the comment section and let us know that you're with us. And do us a favor and share this post. We're getting ready to make an announcement. It's a huge announcement. It is really big, and we're excited about it tonight. There's a whole lot of things that we've been working on behind the scenes, and we just want to share it with you on tonight. So give me an example of, because when you use these words like protecting and covering, especially from a man's standpoint, I need definition. Lady, Azalena, ciao! So give me some examples of what you mean, because you're trying to break down what an uncle dad is. Steph, I love you to life, and tell my babies I got money and fruit snacks for them every day of the week. I love my babies. I promise you I do. You know, I had my daughters through Stephanie. You know, I don't even have to have daughters. Listen, her. If I don't know, nobody else loves me. Andrea, listen, them babies love me.
Yeah.
I feel love, so I'm thankful.
I love them. Yeah. So I would say, as far as for the protection piece, I don't know, I've always clinged to you, especially younger. I've always clinged to you, whether it was clinging to your legs or trying
Like a
to
shadow.
pick me up, but like it's because I always felt protected. Like, you know, your presence alone.
Was it the height or what was it?
It probably was the height. The height, you know, you had this a look that you used to have, like you know, that look, and it's just like I felt protected by that, because, like, you know, who really gonna like mess with you for real? Because, you know, you're too tall, and then you have this look on your face like, don't bother me, like, you know. So who really gonna mess with you for real? Also too, I say the covering piece. I would say in high school, like, once you start, I think when you first start working where you're working now, and the hours were like, you know, crazy, and it was times where I was used to you coming to pick me up from school, but if you couldn't do it, you made sure that somebody was in place to do it. So you made sure I was covered and getting to where I needed to go, because, you know, the last thing you would wanted was for me to catch the bus or anything like that. So you always made sure I was covered in that area. When it comes to providing, it's every time you got a new phone, I got a new phone. Every time, like, you know, whatever it was that you had, because I love technology just as much as you. You always made sure I had it too. And not only that, like clothes and whether it was gift cards or however.
Swag factor.
To make sure, you know, whatever it is, or what I got on now is from you. But definitely.
Didn't even realize it. See that?
Definitely.
That's funny.
You made sure that I was always provided for, even if it was something as, you know, simple as, we all know I didn't really want McDonald's for McDonald's. I wanted it for the toy. And it didn't matter to you. You was going to make sure that I had McDonald's and that I had it, whether it's for the toy or however. You made sure I was going to have it. And, I mean, that's been something since elementary, like going way, way back. Like, you were always there.
And Shay had expensive taste, you know, because they thought Shay was Blasian growing up. You know, they thought she was, you know, mixed with Asian growing up. So she would go into the beauty supply store, and they would just start offering her free stuff, because, you know, her mom would have her dress with all these barrettes and all this stuff in her hair. And she always had expensive taste. You know, she go to, back in the day, you know, Red Lobster is making a resurgence, but back in the day, it was the spot. Yeah. You know, and Shay would be, you know, at Red Lobster ordering all kinds of wild stuff off the menu, and just, you know, and everybody would just be laughing because she could talk so clear at 2 and 3. You know, she's always been a person that had a lot of, you know, communication. Now, I don't know, you know, how that's translated in her life now. I'll let her tell you that. But that baby can talk. She's been talking since she got here. So through high school, Elder Keith in the building. In the building. That is past the, you know, have to look, you know, because it's big man, and then it's past the E. You have to make sure. That is past the E. I love you, Pastor E. That's Isaac's pop from Philly. He take care of big guy. He makes sure he good. I love him for it. So that is the adolescent stage of life, and I think that's a very important stage. There's so many young girls that don't have a person that just is there that they can count on. And I want to say shout out to everybody who is just stepping in, making it happen, whether there is a person there or not. there's a whole lot of work in the family that needs to be done, and the Lord has just placed these things on my heart in this season. I love them. I love the elder. He's traveling everywhere. Listen, I can't keep up with Josiah. We love him to death. I promise you, we do. So you're a girl dad for real. So this is going to bless your life on a high level, because he's a girl dad for real. He has 2 girls, and yeah, he does it big. He's back and forth, but he always makes time, and I think that's important. What we're talking about tonight, we're talking about presence. I want everybody to put in the chat presence, because that's one of the words that's just underserved, and we're not talking about presence from the standpoint of who's not there. I want you to put presence and think about yourself. I'm in Florida with your daughters now. Listen, you've been in Florida a couple times. You was in Florida at the same time we were in Florida, just literally this month. Well, last month, over the last 30 days. So presence matters. It matters when you are the person and you are the voice. To Shay's point, so you're talking about being an adolescent, a teenager. Now let's talk about your relationship moving forward. So as you begin to you graduated high school. How did you get through high school? Were there any challenges?
Yeah, there was a lot of challenges, and me and you had plenty of conversations, whether it was in the morning or coming back from school. There's a lot of challenges, but one thing that always stuck with me that you always said, like, you just gotta stand tall. You gotta stand tall, and don't let nobody take you off your square. Like, I was looking at a message not too long ago that you had sent me. It had popped up, but it was on Facebook, but it was from like a long time ago. And that was literally what was in the message. Like, just stand tall. Don't let nobody take you off your square. Like,
Absolutely.
No matter what you're going through, you just gotta stand tall, and it will pass. And literally during that time, in high school, I needed to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Being, people want to bully you and stuff like that. And hearing that, it just gave me strength. Like, I'm going to stand tall, and this too will pass. And it did. And it made me stronger. And that's something not only do I use in high school, but I use in almost every area of my life, work or however. I just don't let nobody take me off my square.
I think that's important, though. I think sometimes it's not that you don't have the ability. You just need a gentle reminder. You just need somebody to tell you that all you have to do is last today. A lot of times success is that at the end of the day, you didn't finish everything, but you didn't fold either. And that's important. You have to stand tall, meaning that you have to be okay with the outcomes from today. And I want to say to every person that's listening to this live, no matter what you didn't get a chance to do, always acknowledge what you were able to do. You have to stand tall in that this is what I could do today, because sometimes the clock just ticks. It's not that I didn't have the desire. It's not that I didn't want to do it, all that kind of stuff. I wanted to be there for everybody, but sometimes the clock just ticked, and there's not enough time in the day based on what you were already being present for. So you just have to stand tall despite the controversy and things of the sort. So what we decided to do, we wrote, something has been written. This content has been written in the form of a coloring book, and the name of the coloring book is Uncle Dad, my Uncle Dad. So there is a current coloring book that was just published, and it's specifically scenario based about me and my niece. Now, there are different characters in the book. We are in the book, of course. We're on the cover, all that kind of stuff. But there are stories that represent things that matter. I remember when she took her first steps. I remember, and you kind of walk us through, Shay, what was the process like when you got your first car, and me walking you through that and going to your first oil change and different things, and some of the things I tried to tell you.
So, getting the car, that was like a process within itself, because the car I wanted, it was over what I was going to, like, I needed. So he was like, because the process was, you said, find a car that you would like, find a used car, and send that to me. And I'm like, all right. So I sent you like a bunch of used cars, and he said, now take this and find a new car that you would want, and then send that to me. So then I ended up sending you, like, I think like 2, and they were like Buicks. And I'm like, oh, this is good, but it wasn't in the price range. So
Right.
like, okay, I was freaking out about that because I'm like, I don't want to let this go
Mhm.
over. So then, over in the middle of the night, the car, he was like, well, it's gonna come to you. Like, we talked about it that day. He was like, it's gonna come to you. Calm down. It's all right, because I was freaking out about it.
Right.
So literally that night, I think I texted you because this car had just popped up. And it was like out of nowhere, it just popped up, and I'm like,
it was a truck.
it was a truck. So I'm like, really? And it was 2024 because at that time it was the summer of 2023. So it was like, okay. So I'm like, well, let me send him this one. Let me see. So I sent you that one. I was like, well, it's in the same price range, and it worked out.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the price. I'm like, no, this can't be right.
Like, yeah. So when we went to go see it, because I think the dealership we went to was the dealership you ended up going to. So because at first it was hard to find it. So it was like, okay, well, this dealership didn't have it. That dealership didn't have it. So the dealership that had it just so happened to be the dealership that you got yours from.
Crazy.
So, we was able to test drive it. And one thing I remember you telling me during the test drive was like, okay, we're driving to, I believe it was, the cars were, it was either I think it was Rolls Royce. It was Rolls Royce that we drove into.
We drove into
like,
the Rolls Royce lot.
Yeah, so you was like, driving to this lot, because this is where you're going to end. So the car that you're driving, that's going to be your beginning. But this is where you're going to end. So driving to this lot so you can see the cars and
It's a
everything.
bad car in the
Yes.
Rolls Royce lot. It was,
Yes.
we went on a little vision drive.
Yes. So it ended up working out. I
Yeah.
ended up getting everything it was just smooth. It just worked out. Because I think around the time where I was getting it, I think you were out of town. And I'm like, how am I going to get it? How this going? But it all worked out, and I was able to get it. But it was just so funny and ironic because that was the same dealership that you got yours from.
Right.
It's like, oh, no, it's a good dealership. Because I was nervous about the dealership.
Yeah, they had changed one part of the name, but it was the exact where I had paid my car off from 6 years ago. So it was the same dealership. They had just changed the name. Now, I want you to kind of walk us through, because I did a challenge with you, because my car is saved. My car is saved. Sanctified, Holy Ghost, and fire. My car is blood washed and redeemed, and the curse of the law is not connected to my car, but it's the law, the spirit of life in Christ Jesus is connected to mine. My car is saved. I bring my car to church. My car been baptized, all that kind of stuff. She got good oil in her. And my car paid off. So I love everybody. So one of the challenges, and this was a positive challenge, I gave you a challenge. I said, Shave, you can do this for me. And the challenge was what? You needed, and this is a hard challenge to try to beat me in. We had a healthy competition. What was it about, Shave?
I had to beat you to church. I think it was like it was either 3 to 4 times or like a month. I had to beat you to church. And I did.
The challenge was, if Shay could beat me to church for a month, what was the challenge?
That my first payment on my car note, you was gonna pay it.
So I said, Shay, hey, my car is saved. I want your car to be saved too. So if you want the graces on my life, you got to do what I do. In order to do what I do, you got to beat me to church. So if you beat me to church, so imagine somebody says to you, you just got a car. Hey, if you can beat me to church for 4 weeks straight, I'm gonna pay your first car note. For me, I'm there. Everybody put in the chat. I'm there. You're not gonna beat. Listen, I don't want to pay. I'm not about to. I don't want to pay a car note. You saying Pastor? You go. Now, I'm not offering this to the world, but I'm saying I'm making an example. But I'm there. There's no way. You're not going to. If somebody had gave me that offer. Listen, y'all ain't put it in the comment section yet. I'm there. So that's what ended up happening. She beat me to church for 4 weeks straight. Now I will say that, we was doing Sunday school online, so I can't leave until after Sunday school is over online during that time. So she would leave. Like, I know how I can beat him. I'll just leave while Sunday school's going on online. Got him! Yep. So that first car note came up. I gave her the money before the car note was due, because that's the key. You want that FICO score to go up? Pay that thing early. Yeah. Everybody else put in the chat. Early. So, because one of the things I wanted to establish, number one, good paying habits. I want you to pay your bills early, which she pays her bills early. But also I want you to understand this is I'm going to be the thrust behind you. I'm not just going to let you get into a note. I'm going to put you ahead. Now, you mess up after that, hey, shit, that's on you. But I've taught you how to do it. And more than that, I'm trying to teach you another principle that if you want your cars to get paid off on time and before time, honor God. Because that's really the main principle. If you honor God, he'll take care of you. So I'm trying to show her this is how I've built my life. And if you do the things I've done, serving the Lord, all those types of things, he'll always take care of you. So how's it been going? You've had your car for what? How long?
It's
You been on the repo list?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure.
Because my car note not due till February, honestly, and it's gonna be paid early from there. But no, it's been good. I think it's only been like 3 years. I think maybe 4 almost. For having my car. And only time I talked to the lady who did the loan, only time I talked to her is when I'm sending her an update on my insurance. That's really it. And it's all good things. She's like, oh my God, I'm just so proud of you. So, yeah.
Now the last thing, and we'll let y'all go tonight. You had to figure out how you're going to do your oil change, because one of the things with having having an uncle there or having somebody in your life, you need somebody to walk you through these things. So this is really a legacy story. My mother used to go to this oil change shop when I was 15, when I was 12, 13, and 14. And as soon as I learned how to drive, I could take the car and all that kind of stuff. But I've been going to the same oil change shop for like over 30 years. I trust them. They're one of the type of shops that if you ask for an oil change and if you need a filter, they'll give you one, but they're not going to say something wrong with your alternator. They're not going to do all this kind of stuff and just do the ridiculous. So I wanted her to have that experience. So kind of walk us through, what was that experience like? Did I just send you there, or what happened?
No. So we had to pick a time that was good for you, which it was Saturday. So
now let's talk about how I advise that you need to approach it, though. What is the time frame you got to do this?
So you got to do it early, around like 7. I want to say 7:30. You have to be there because you got to be up before everybody else. I'm just gonna say everybody else, just being nice.
Yeah.
But
hey.
in which it gets you get there, and you get there by that time where you're able to, even though they have other cars, they're gonna see you because I'm saying you're there early.
You're first,
and you can go ahead and get it done and be back on your side of the town before everybody else wake up.
Now, how many times have you been there since the first time? Now, tell me what happened the first time you went. The first time you went, because I went with you.
Yeah, you were there. You pretty much handled everything, with letting me know, like, okay, you tell them you need all the fluids topped off, the type of oil that you're supposed to have in there, and then after that, then once they took care of me, they put me on a list so that way every time I come back, they already know who I am, what I'm here for, and what needs to be done. So and that's something you took care of, and I was like, okay. But then after that, now going there, they just automatically like, oh yeah, we got you, topped you off, everything good, everything like that, because they through relationship pretty much, because they see that, okay, well, he's consistent, so now they're like, oh, well, she's going to be consistent, so they treat basically through relationship. I just got a good experience with them every time I go there, and I've been there at least probably like 2 to 3, maybe 4 times. Wow. Just making sure that everything stay running.
And I think that's the beauty of having a person who's in your life, because now we can grandfather people in, and now the experiences that we know and the people we trust, we can bring them right in. And now you can. And I had to teach us that you got to be first, because listen, there's an older, more mature community that, listen, you get there late, they'll look at you like, you better wake up, young whippersnapper. You're late. So now you're going to be in the shop until 9:30 or 9:15. But the principle of first, I was trying to teach you the principle of first. Don't just do it. Everybody put it in the chat, be first. And the reason is because if when you do things early, now you have the benefit of managing everything else. You have the rest of your day to yourself. So these are the principles that are in this new book called My Uncle Dad. It is out now. We're going to share the flyer and all that kind of stuff in just a second. But I want y'all to just put some hearts in the comment section for Sariahchae. She is a productive adult. She handles her business. She makes me proud every single week. She is direct. She says things that I probably want to say. She just says it for me, and I just laugh. I say, Shay, you got to walk in love. But ultimately, I'm like, probably did need to be said. So, I love her to life. I promise you I do. But if you can do us a favor, if you have a daughter, if you have a niece, if you have a young girl, she needs this book. And the reason she needs it because it's just a positive affirmation. It's just going to remind her that there's somebody that will step in. And God is so faithful. No matter where you are, you could be dealing with baby mama, baby daddy. You could be dealing with no matter what the circumstance is. God is always faithful to bring somebody into our lives just to remind us that he loves us. He does it consistently. And sometimes we just have to be reminded when he sends the right thing, don't reject it because of the old thing. I want you to put in the chat, be open. Be open. God will always send somebody to love what you are managing. If you're managing a family, God is going to send somebody to help you love that family, love that daughter, because it takes an entire village to raise a family. So put in the chat, I'm open. I'm open. So I need y'all to do me a favor. Shay them, they're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on TikTok being funny. They'll tag me in a bunch of stuff. But we are going to just go bananas with this My Uncle Dad thing because we're going into the schools with this. We're going into the convalescent homes. We're going into the youth homes. We're going to send these books everywhere, but I need your help. I need your support. I need you to get these books. They are available right now on Amazon. Get the book. So we're going to release you tonight. Anything, Shay, impactful you want to say about the relationship of My Uncle Dad, something that's on your heart, something that you feel like it would help the narrative for a young lady?
I would say to young ladies and, of course, girls, if you have that father figure, whether it's your biological father or your father figure, if you have that, don't underestimate it. Definitely, cherish it. Because as you get older, you're going to see that it's going to help you a lot, especially in relationships, not only with men, but with other people as well. Because as this relationship has helped me, not only with men, but overall in my life. So definitely cherish and ask questions. It's okay. I've asked plenty of questions. So ask questions because you will never know unless you ask. So definitely ask questions, and I promise you'll get the answer, because it's coming from a man. So you'll get the answer that you're looking for. So definitely y'all cherish it. Just cherish the relationships because it's important. It is.
So we appreciate y'all tonight. So thank you for being with us tonight. Again, the link it'll be in this post. We'll get ready to post a bunch of flyers and stuff in just a second, but I will talk to everybody sooner than later. No matter what you do tonight, I want you to keep it.
Hi.
I love you. We're praying for you, and we will see you on the next broadcast. My Uncle Dad. It is out on Amazon. I'm excited.
Did y'all enjoy that live? Did y'all enjoy it? I hope so. I really do. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Like I said, get you one. Get you a copy. Uncle, I do want to say thank you for all the lessons that you taught me. Thank you for being a strong male figure in my life that taught me my worth. I really appreciate you for all the lessons, everything that you taught me throughout the years, everything that you continue to teach me. I really do appreciate it. And as he would say, no matter what you do today, keep it kind. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Y'all already know the deal. We're trying to get up to 1 million subscribers. Subscribe. I hope this video is encouraging to you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Get it. Get it.
I'm free. I'm human, but I'm